Here comes that 3-second. Welcome back, everyone. Well, I've got a story for you. Probably goes back about 4, maybe 5 years ago. My wife and I, two for the road. We hopped in the car, taking that beautiful drive from Warrensburg up north on Route 28. And we see this sign, it says Garnet Hill Lodge. Never heard about it. Take this beautiful winding road up to the top of the mountain and discovered a jewel of the Adirondacks, the Garnet Hill Lodge. Fast forward, my wife and I have been there many times, and just recently it changed ownership. And not only did it change ownership, but it's going in a new direction. So joining me today is Jim Rucker, who is the new owner of Garnet Hill Lodge and Nordic Center. Welcome, Jim.
Good. Thank you. Thank you for having me here.
Very nice to have you here. You're going to tell quickly that Jim has an English accent. So you're going to have to create this bridge for us. How does somebody from London wind up at Garnet Hill Lodge?
Well, it's a long story, but I came over to the US just over 20 years ago, supposedly for a 2 or 3 year assignment. That obviously got extended. But not long after we came over to the US, we took a vacation up in the Adirondacks, found Garnet Hill Lodge, ended up not long after buying a vacation home up near there. And that's been it. We've had the vacation home now for 18 years. And I love the area and all the activities there are to do there.
Oh, you know what? Jim was telling me before we went on air the story again about buying the home, and he's got 3 daughters?
3 daughters,
Three
yes.
daughters,
Yeah.
right? And when he told them that he and his wife were going to buy the lodge, they were like, you have to turn it into a family center. You have to turn it into a Nordic center. You have to make it year-round. So you had quite a laundry list, right?
I've got quite a list of things that me and the family would like to do with the place.
I bet.
So including ensuring that it's a really family-friendly activity center.
Right. In talking about the activities, many of us know that Garnet Hill Lodge is just the place to go for Nordic skiing in the winter months. It's perched right up on top of this mountain, and many, many miles of groomed trails leading down near the lake and all up through the mountainside on the back end and all of that. But you are going to extend that sort of relationship with people, right? It's not going to be just a winter destination.
No, we really want to make this into a 4-season, year-round activity center and destination. As you said, the skiing there is great. There's 55 kilometers of groomed trails.
Wow.
One of the best networks in the Northeast, if not the country. But that's by no means all. Those same trails are really nice in the summer for mountain biking on. We have access to a private beach on 13th Lake, which is a beautiful lake, almost entirely surrounded by forest preserve. So it's really is an unspoilt lake for canoeing and kayaking on and swimming in the summer. The fall is just fantastic up there with the colors and the hiking that you can do. So yeah, there's just really tremendous opportunity to make this a really wonderful year-round destination.
My wife and I have been up to Garnet Hill many times, and it's really wonderful to see because it's the kind of destination where you bring the family. You have a fabulous meal. You got a great chef, by the way. A fabulous meal. You can stay over. There's lodging there if you don't feel like driving back, again, or the weather might change. But the whole idea that it's just something about being in the Adirondacks 4 seasons. You know what I mean? We talk to people who don't go to Florida in the winter. They want to stay in the Adirondacks because there is always something magical about a one-on-one relationship with being outside in the Adirondacks.
For me, it's just so relaxing having the combination of the beautiful scenery around you, but the opportunity to do outdoor activities. I know, at least for me personally, when I am up there, to get out in the morning and run or bike down to the lake, look out over the lake at the mountains. It takes me about 5 minutes after that to unwind and forget all the problems of the prior week. Just it really is, to me anyway, very special.
Well, you know what? This is a wonderful question for you. What surprised you about taking over Garnet Hill Lodge? It's a big undertaking, Jim.
It's quite an undertaking, and I don't have a background in the hospitality business.
Well, there's a surprise.
My background is in finance, so it's new to me. So what surprises me is probably 1,001 things.
Yeah.
All of the ins and outs of running a hotel and a Nordic ski center, but it surprised me, but great fun as well.
Yeah, sure. Happy surprises, right?
I can't think of a better way to go to work than going up to the hotel or getting out on the trails.
Now, it's pretty wise of you not to make any major changes moving from the fall into the winter, but starting next spring and next summer, you were mentioning that you're going to make some changes.
Yeah, no, we have plans to re-renovate, through the main lodge and the other annex buildings. So we will start in the spring of next year,
right.
And it's really going to be a 2-year program
Gotcha.
to get through all of that. But we are going to undertake a fair number of renovations through all the buildings.
If you talk to anybody that's been up to Garnet Hill, first thing they'll say to you is, "Oh, I went up, stayed over for the weekend." It's a quick drive. Route 28, of course, is a beautiful road to drive on anyway, and take in the scenery. Thanksgiving, they always put on a great traditional Thanksgiving. And this year, they're continuing the tradition of doing a wonderful Christmas event up there also. The Thanksgiving one is almost sold out, so if you're thinking about that, make sure you contact them. But there is enough time to plan for Christmas. And you were saying you're going to make that a real Victorian-style Christmas. I'm shocked.
We're going to do a very traditional Christmas, and it's obviously in a beautiful historic setting.
Oh, right.
So I think it'll be really special, family friendly. So bring the whole family up. We're going to have a tree by our log fire. We'll have Christmas carols there on Christmas Eve. A very traditional Christmas dinner on Christmas Day with goose and plum pudding and all the things I expect from being brought up in the UK.
It sounds awful Victorian now, doesn't it, Jim?
No,
of course it does.
But it's going to have a nice, relaxed, modern touch to it as well.
Good. Well, it's a real pleasure to meet you. The Garnet Hill Lodge is located right north of North Creek. Do they call that Northville or something? What do they call that?
North River
North
is the
River,
town we're in,
right.
as you said about.
Watch for the sign on the left-hand side, and it shoots you up near the lake. It's a real pleasure to meet you, and I look forward to seeing you over the winter up there, and best of luck.
Thank you very much. It's been a pleasure talking to you, and look forward to seeing you up there.
Good, thanks, Jim. To see this interview again, you can head to our website, looktvonline.com.